guys, welcome back to Gloss and Sparkle. So what I have for you today is another DIY project. I know, I've been going crazy with DIY projects this season. It's just been so cold and I just need something to do when I'm in the house, and I just love doing things that are creative. So I bought these shoes, these heels, and this is a fashion DIY, so it's super fun. Those are my favorite ones. I'm not really so much into the cutesy little craft projects, but more things along the lines of fashion and things like that. So hope you enjoy. These stilettos I got from a thrift store for $4. They're just from Charlotte Russe, so they were super cheap, and I really liked them. They have a little cutout detail here, and I think they're cute, but I was like, I want to do something with these to make them pop a little more, to give them a little bit of glam. So I'll show you what I did. I only did one so far, but I'm going to show you how to do this. I love that covered toe look, and so I did it with gold nail polish and some glitter glue, and this is what it looks like. So I hope you can get a good look at this. I'm going to hold these up for you. But yeah, I just think this is so much prettier than just this. So if you want to see how I did this, then just keep watching. Okay, so here are the materials you're going to need for this project. You're going to need some painter's tape. You could also use masking tape, but I just prefer to use this. I think it's a little bit more effective. You're going to need a little bit of sandpaper. This is just very, very light sandpaper. And this is some glitter glue. You could also use puffy paint for this, but I don't have any right now, so this is what it's going to be. And then of course, whatever nail polishes that you want to use for your shoes, whatever colors you want to use, it's going to vary according to your preference. And then of course, a clear nail polish. So that's all you're going to need, along with your shoes that you're going to decorate. Alright, so what you're going to do is take your shoe as well as your tape and just get a nice long piece of tape ready, long enough to cover the entire front end of that shoe. And what you're going to do is just decide where you're going to put it to make your toe covering. And I'm putting mine just about maybe half an inch below where the shoe ends. And I'm just going to try to make that as straight as possible. And just wrap that around the bottom like so on each side, and you want to make sure that this is very, very straight because you want them to be even. And then just make sure that this is nice and tight all the way around. Even if you have to press it down real hard with your nail, just make sure that that is very, very tight to the shoe. Okay, so that made a good base for the front of the shoe, but what I'm going to do is to make it a little bit more straight on the sides, because it comes out pretty far over here, is I'm going to very carefully, trying to make this as straight as possible, add this piece right onto that other tape, but continuing it down so that it's just a little bit less coverage when I put the paint on than it would be with that original piece of tape. So we're just kind of cutting that off a little bit, trying to make it look like one continuous line. And you can always fix this afterward to minimize any little crevices that you missed with the paintbrush. I'll show you that after. Do the same on the other side. Okay, so now that you've taped it off, what you're going to do is take a small piece of your sandpaper and just go ahead and lightly rough up the surface of the shoe where you're going to be painting. Now, you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to take the paint right off, but since these are patent leather, you want the paint to adhere to the shoe, and it won't do that if you leave the patent leather like this. It will just glide right off. You can omit this step if you just use a shoe that's not patent leather. Alright, so now that your shoe is all scuffed up, what you're going to do is take your polish, and I'm using Blasted Gold from Sephora by OPI. I just find that this is great for projects. I don't know why. But you're just going to give this one nice even coat all over the front end of the shoe, and you want to be careful not to get it on the sole, and always when you're working around the tape you want to go outward so that it doesn't seep. And this is of course going to need a few coats to cover it completely, but you want to make them even and do the best you can to make it pretty neat. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the first coat. So now what we want to do is, after that's dried, I've given it about 10 minutes to dry. You might want to give it a little bit more time, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and put on the second coat. So a friend of mine actually had a shoe decorating party, which was so much fun, and we each just brought whatever pair of shoes that we wanted to decorate and whatever materials that we wanted to use, and she also provided some materials, and it's just a really great project to do with your friends. If you have the opportunity, I definitely recommend it. Okay, so now the painting is all finished. After my second coat of polish, what I did was went back and just touched up anywhere I saw a little blotch that needed to be touched up. So now I'm pretty happy with the coverage of the polish. I've given it just a few minutes to dry. I kind of like to remove the tape when it's still a little bit tacky. So let's go ahead and remove the tape. I guess I had a lot more tape on here than I thought. Okay, so you want to do this slowly. Okay, so pretty happy with that. So that's how it comes out, and yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so for the next step, what I'm going to do is go in with my glitter glue, and I'm just going to put little rivets all along the top of the shoe. And this puffy paint, or this is not puffy paint, this glitter glue dries very flat, so it's okay that I'm making really big puffs because it's going to go down considerably. Okay, so once that's dried, it's going to look something like this. See how they have gone down considerably? And I even with this shoe, I did want just a little bit raised effect on there, so what I did was I went back and just redid the exact same little puffs over again with the glitter glue. Okay, so now that I've given this a little bit of time to dry, all I'm going to do is go in with my clear nail polish and give it a nice even coating all over the area that's painted. And you'll find that this is just going to brighten up that gold so much. Okay, so at this point I've only glazed over half the shoe. Can you see the side that isn't done and then the side that is done? It's just so much prettier. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this glazing and leave it overnight to dry, and that's it. Alright guys, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY. I had so much fun doing it, and if you want to see more DIYs, please like this video, tell me in the comment section below, and yeah, I'm loving my new shoes, so I guess I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!